Ayo family, it's your boy Trey. Hope y'all are doing good, feeling good, thinking good. And this is my Q&A video. All right, let's jump right into it. First question, how did you get info about this surgery? I actually got the info through my mom. A close family friend told her about it, and then she told me about it, and then I told my doctor about it, asking him what he thought, if he thought this would be a good route. Initially, he was not for it. He was like, you're super young, you can lose the weight, hit the gym. We did that. I did lose a little bit of weight, but it wasn't anything crazy. So then he put me on an injection which was called Saxenda, which is like a weight loss injection, which I was injecting myself with every single day and going up in dosage every week. And for some reason, my body just didn't agree with it. It was like fighting it. So then he sent me over to a specialist and we tried to continue working with Saxenda. Wasn't working, so then she actually enrolled me into this bariatric program, and then here I am today. So why did you go the surgery route for weight loss, and have you tried any other methods? This question I got so many times. So why did I go the surgery route? Because I have tried other methods and it failed. I've been pescatarian, I've tried veganism, I did the gym, I did Saxenda, and all over, like together trying those things were like 2 years, which then actually made me eligible for this surgery, because you can't just jump into the surgery. You have to show via your doctor saying that, you know, he has tried other ways of weight loss, and this is like kind of the last resort, which it was for me. It was definitely the last resort. It wasn't just something that I thought of and thinking it was the easy way out. If I could turn back the hand of time, would you do it again, and any regrets? I would do the surgery 100 times over. I would do the surgery 100 times over. No regrets. I don't regret it at all. I just wish I knew how big of a mental battle it would have been, which they did kind of tell you, but they don't stress it. They're just like, you know, you could experience depression and other things that come with that, and that's why they kind of go through that psychological testing with you to see if you're mentally okay to do it, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, I would do it 100 times over. No regrets. Were you nervous to get this surgery done? Yeah, but more so excited. I've never done a surgery. I've never had any stitches, no broken bones. I tore my ACL once, but never had no surgery, nothing crazy. So this was my first surgery ever. So that was nerve-wracking, and I really never felt the nerves until I was walking into that operation room. That was scary. Like, the people thought I was hyperventilating. Like, are you okay? Like, I was shaking like a leaf on that table. But other than that, like, nah, I wasn't that nervous. I was more so excited because I was just like, God, I need this fresh start. I need it, and I waited like 1.5 years to get to this moment. So doc, cut me up. Like, it sounds crazy, but that's how I was feeling. What is the worst part of the journey so far? The mental aspect, like that social anxiety that I talked about in my previous video. I would have to say that is the worst part, but it's like not that bad. Also, just the relationship with food. Trying new foods is super hard. Yeah, the relationship with food just got mad weird, which I guess is a good thing. But that's pretty much it. There's nothing really. How hard was the decision to do the surgery? It wasn't that hard, maybe because they did have a year program for me to go through it. So if I had any questions, any concerns, I was able to ask those, and it was very much step by step leading up into the surgery. So it wasn't hard, and making that decision with the specialist was something that I was ready to do, because weight was something that I've struggled with my entire life. So making this decision for this wasn't that hard. I was just really praying that it would work for me. And so far it is. So I can't complain. What are my post-surgery restrictions? So right now, I don't have any strict restrictions because I kind of already went through that phase of as you guys have already seen. They transition you from liquids to puree to soft foods to being here. So I kind of went through that whole journey. Technically, I'm still eating soft foods. I'm not really eating anything crazy like that, but my restrictions are technically lifted. But just watching like my carbs, my sugar intake, and trying to hit my protein goal, which is the hardest part. When will I be singing at church again? We miss you. First of all, thank you. Second of all, you guys have probably seen me now. I've already started singing backgrounds at my home church APC as well as at Brema. So I'm very, very, very slowly easing my way back into singing, trying to build up that stamina. As I think I mentioned in one of my vlogs, like coming right out of the surgery, breathing has been something that I've been working on, and the gym has definitely helped with that as well, because my breathing has become shallow from surgery. So I'm just working on that, and I think I have been doing a good job. But you know, building that stamina again to like lead worship, and not even just the physical aspect but also the mental aspect. I'm really just taking my time and easing myself back into it, not just trying to jump and rush back into it, but making sure that I'm 100% before, you know, diving full 100% back in ministry. But I am taking my time. I hope you've seen me. I love music. I love worshiping with the people of God. So yeah. Is there a specific weight range you have to be to qualify? So there's a couple qualifications that will need to be checked out for you to do the bariatric surgery. First one, you have to be 18 years old or older. Secondly, your BMI has to be greater or equal to 40. And if it's lower, in order for you to get the surgery, you would have to have one of these conditions, like a heart disease, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, or sleep apnea. Any one of those, your doctors can also recommend you for the surgery if your BMI is lower than 40. But if your BMI is 40 or higher and you're over 18, you can get the surgery. So how much did the surgery cost? That was also one of my number one questions. This surgery is hella expensive if you're paying out of pocket. I want to say when I searched it up, it was like $15,000 or something like that, $15,000 to $20,000. But I did not pay anything for the surgery because it was covered by the government because of it being a health issue. If you hit those requirements, what I was telling you before, you could go to your doctor and they can recommend you to the surgery. It has to be recommended by your doctor for it to be approved by the government. So because I did go through that process, my doctor did recommend me, and obviously my BMI was 40 or higher and I'm over 18, so the government did cover that for your boy. So thank you, Jesus, and thank you to great healthcare in Canada. If you're American, I don't believe it works the same. I know a lot of people's insurance cover it in America, but here in Canada, if you meet the requirements and this is something you want to do, not saying you should do it, but if this is something you want to do or want to discuss with your doctor, go right ahead, because you can get it for free too. How much weight have I lost and what was my starting weight? So as of today, I'm 81 pounds down. I've lost 81 pounds since my surgery, which was on January the 19th. So your boy is losing weight, your boy is almost at 100 down. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling myself. It's a good look. You see it? It's a good look. Yeah, so I'm 81 pounds down. My starting weight, I am not comfortable to share it as yet. I'm hoping by my 6-month mark, I will be able to share it, but that's just not something that I'm comfortable in sharing as of right now. But eventually, I will share that with you. Question that has been asked a lot, not just online, but to like my parents, is if I'm bleaching. No, I'm not bleaching. I'm not bleach my skin. I love my complexion, but a lot of people have been saying that I've gotten lighter in complexion. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the weight loss, something, I don't know, but I haven't bleached my skin at all. No, and I won't. This is amazing, Trey. What made you want to share your journey? Honestly, I don't know. I really did it for myself. I wanted to record the process for myself so I can look back and see the progress. Something that I've always struggled with is enjoying the journey and appreciating the journey. So I definitely wanted to force myself to do that, and I thought recording would be a great way for me to do that. But as I was getting closer to coming back to the public, coming back to social media, I thought, why not? People are gonna ask questions anyways. It's a huge physical change, and number one, I don't want to lie. A couple people said I should just lie about it and say I was in the gym. Like, what? Does that even make sense? Nah. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna be transparent, and I'm not ashamed of this. I'm not ashamed of it at all. I was screaming from the rooftop. Like, I will never negate it or lie and say that I didn't do the surgery. Like, no, I did. And I guess now that I'm doing it, and a lot of people have reached out to me, people who are in the program right now, people who have completed the program, people who have never heard of this and qualify and just have questions. I'm happy that I'm able to bring light to it and show people that there are options that you can take, other safe and healthy options you could do, because this is very much safe. You can look at the stats, and it's just another opinion. Not saying that this is something you should do, but it's just showing what your options are, and why not share it? I know when I was going through this process, I looked to YouTube a lot to see how people were dealing with their journey, and one thing that I seen that the bariatric community doesn't have a lot of black people, and then number two, even less the men in the bariatric community who are black is very minimal. I didn't see it. I couldn't find anyone who's recorded their story who's a black man. A lot of it was testimonials from the hospital of black men who have done it, but I'm doing it for the guy that's looking for someone to kind of walk them through, show them what they've experienced. And so I said, why not let it be me, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I'm sharing my story. I see you have a great support group. Has your family always been on board? Yeah, I do have a great support group. My family is my number one support. Were they supported from day one? If I'm being completely honest, no. They didn't want me to do the surgery. They kind of thought it was drastic. Like, okay, Trey, like I'm sure you can lose the weight on your own. It was just hard to explain to them because they just couldn't understand where I was coming from. They didn't understand the baggage that I've been going through for the past 24 years of my life dealing with this weight. They've definitely seen me try different things, but I don't think they actually took me serious. Like, I think they would have thought that the surgery would have scared me, so eventually down the line, I was just gonna be like, yeah, never mind, I'm not doing this. But when I really got their support was when I was doing the 3-week liquid diet going into the surgery. I think them seeing my dedication to that and not cheating and really just hammering that out for 3 weeks of just drinking a packet with some water, they're like, okay, nah, you're serious about this, and because you want it, we're gonna support you. And they've been my number one support through this journey, so I'm super, super, super grateful for them. Are you afraid of what people might say and of those that disagree with your decision of the surgery? Nah, they can suck my toe. I don't care. I have thick skin, bruv. I have thick skin. Growing up as a big guy in a Jamaican family, you got to have thick skin. So if you disagree, I guess you just agree to disagree, and that's what it is. Like, it's my life. I had to take my life into my own hands. you don't have to do it, and you don't have to deal with the things that I was dealing with. So it's easier for anyone to disagree because they're like, yo, you could have done it this way, you should have done it that way. You do it that way, and I did it this way. And as I said before, I'm happy with my decision. I don't regret it at all. So if you disagree, that's how I go. Not everyone's gonna agree with what you do in life, you know what I mean? So we move on. Is there a post-surgery process? Medication, routine, meal preps? Yes. Right after the surgery, I was still on painkillers, stuff like that. But now that I'm 3 months out, medication is just vitamins, so it's nothing crazy stuff that we should be taking. So right now I take calcium, B12, why can't I remember? Calcium, B12, multivitamins, and cod liver or omega-3. Yeah, right? Multivitamins, calcium, B12. Is that it? I don't know. Let me double check. Oh yeah, so calcium, vitamin D, B12, multivitamin, and omega-3. And I just started taking omega-3 because from 3 months to 9 months is where people experience their hair loss. And I heard omega-3 helps. So I'm taking that because I'm praying against that. I'm praying against that. I bind that spirit in Jesus' name. I will not be a victim to hair loss. But that's pretty much it. Meal prep, I did try that, but it didn't work because my stomach is still on a mad thing when it comes to food. So I just be making my egg in the morning and a protein shake. And I live in a Jamaican household, so chicken is being cooked very often in my home. So I'll have that as well. Do you have a weight loss goal? This is a good question. Short answer, no. I don't have a number in particular that I'm aiming to get. I just want to be at my healthiest. I just want to feel good in my clothes. I want to be able to minister with ease and just be healthy. I just want to be healthy. That is my absolute goal, is to be healthy. I'm not trying to become skinny. I just want to be healthy. So wherever my body sits at after this 12 months where it kind of levels out at, that's where it is. I'm not putting a pressure to hit a number. But yeah, I just want to be healthy. Am I open to a relationship? This was also a huge question. As of right now, the answer is still no. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm really focusing on myself. I feel for the past 24 years of my life, I have not focused on myself. I've focused on so many other things. Not to say that it's bad, because God has allowed me to achieve a lot. But with that, I wasn't focused on myself. And this year, I'm really focusing on Trey Dehaney and finding out who he is in God, and trying to be the healthiest version of myself, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and physically. Yeah, I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. So that is not my goal. Not to say that I'm completely shut off to the idea of a relationship, but I'm not look for one. So if I get in one, Jesus put me there. What's the difference you feel in your body? I physically feel lighter. The biggest difference, not so much feel, but see, is in my face. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, who is that guy? Like, that doesn't even look like me. Has recovery been difficult? Not really. I have to thank God, because I haven't had some of these crazy stories that I've heard some people go through during their 3 months post-op or before that. Like, I haven't been back to the hospital. My stitches haven't been pulled out. Like, I haven't had any crazy pains in my stomach. I haven't like vomited days on end. Like obviously I vomited here and there, but like nothing crazy. My recovery has truly been good, and I'm super grateful for it. Like I don't take that lightly. Like I'm super grateful for the recovery process that I've been in, and I think it's also because one, I've actually followed my doctor's orders, and I'm taking it easy. Like I'm really taking it easy. I'm just coming back to like real world 3 months after my surgery, like just taking it step by step and not allowing anyone or anything to rush me, but taking the time I need. So I think that definitely has been helping with my recovery process. Has my eating habits changed after the surgery? 110%. 110%. Food and me have a completely different relationship. One, because I just can't be eating the way that I did before because it will physically hurt me. And secondly, because my body's just not liking food right now. Like I have to train myself to almost force myself to eat because it's important that I do hit these protein goals and getting the essential stuff that I need in my body. But definitely going through this process, it makes you look at the labels, checking out protein, sugars, carbs, all of that stuff, and just thinking about everything that you eat to make sure that it's the best for your body pretty much. So definitely my relationship with food has changed completely. And my last question is, are you happy with your results so far? 110%. I am completely happy with my results. You know, some weeks are harder than others when I have to weigh in, like those weeks where I only hit 2 pounds, or on my actual 3 months I went up 1 pound, but I had to look at the overall trajectory of where I am right now. I'm down 81 pounds in 3 months, and this is the most weight I've lost probably in my whole life. So not every week is what I want it to be, but overall I'm happy, I'm dedicated, and I'm going to live a healthier life. Not just relying on this surgery, but changing my way of living. All of it has changed mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Everything has changed, and I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy. A lot of people have said that to me, seeing me after the surgery, that I just look happier, and I think it's because I am. This has definitely given me a second shot at life, and before going into it, life was rough. Life was rough, especially the mental aspect of it. There was just a lot going on, and this has definitely given me a second shot at life, and I'm taking it and I'm running with it. So I'm blessed, I'm happy, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So that concludes my Q&A. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for following me on this journey. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with a friend. Tell your friend to share it with another friend. And thank you for 1K. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in my next video. Deuces.